What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another freaking video, and you with your girl, Glimpse of Precious B. So y'all read by that title that we're doing biggest life lessons I've learned. I have so much that I can say about this because there's so many things I've learned. I can only kind of categorize it in a few things, but I've learned a lot in these 26 years, and it's so much more for me to learn. So I have a long journey ahead of me of life lessons that I will end up running across. So for one life lesson, I would definitely say time waits on no one. And I do have like little bullet points that I've written down just so I can make sure I stay on task and go straight to the next one. Time waits on nobody. Honestly, I can't give you a life lesson. With real estate. Real estate, my first year in, it was horrible. I chose the wrong brokerage. That's a video for a whole nother day. And I didn't realize what I was looking for really out of a brokerage because I didn't know what I needed to find. I don't feel like I did enough research. The place I went, it just was a whole bunch of chaos. And with me going there, it caused me to get like at a standstill with my business, with real estate. I went a whole year, didn't sell nothing, didn't feel like I was progressing, didn't feel like I was learning anything. And technically I did learn things. I learned what not to do, but time waits on nobody. So me trying to sell houses is still me trying to sell houses. Regardless, the time is still going to be going. It's still going to be moving, and you're going to be the one that's stuck at a standstill. You clicked on this video because you probably in the same situation. You have life lessons that you need to learn. So some of these life lessons I'm telling you, you may realize like, hey, she right. Like, time don't stop. It keeps ticking. And if you're not being intentional with your time, making the right choices like I didn't, you're going to be wasting time. Because now I still have to go in, and this will be technically my second year starting back with real estate. And I'm still like a newbie. I still don't know a lot. Certain things I do know I can say, but overall, I should have so much knowledge filled in my brain to where it's like, anything you ask me, I just know it right off the top of my head. So with that being said, like, that was a big life lesson for me. Like, time wait on nobody. And of course we kind of already know that, but it don't hit you until you actually get in a predicament where you realize like time is not waiting on me. It's steady ticking. People are dying every day. People are getting ill every day. People you're steady aging as well, because you will never be as young as you are today. So let that sit in with you. Life lesson number 2, your life is what you make out of it. As much work as you put in is as much work as you're going to get out. If I'm not putting in the consistency and like really working towards something, then it's like at this point, I will always be in this stagnant poverty level because I'm not working hard enough. I'm not putting forth enough effort. And even when you think you are putting forth enough effort, you may need to go a little harder. And some people don't realize that, excuse me if y'all hear my babies. A lot of times we feel like we are doing the number, like we're going in, and we may not be. And don't get me wrong, you give yourself grace because what you can do is you know what you're capable of. But if you don't take these years, that's like we're going to the club, going out, having fun with your friends. It's always time for that. But if you make that your priority instead of what matters, like going to work, finding a career, building a future, really taking life serious instead of as a joke. I honestly feel like I wasted so much time in my teenage years transitioning over into my grown life by worrying about the wrong things, not focused on what matters. I can actually say that being hung on a boy is not your top priority. That is something that could wait. Yeah, you want to be in a relationship or whatever, but sometimes those little things can steer you so far away. Having friends and wanting to be on the scenes, clubbing, having fun, going to house parties, like all that stuff. Yeah, you want to have fun, but it's a limit to it. Don't make that a priority. Don't make that a must. I remember one time I wanted to stay at this party that I was at, but I knew I had to work overnight. I literally lied and had my cousin call end for me as if I was in the hospital because I hadn't fractured my knee again. And I didn't lose my job or anything like that, but that's how serious I was about staying at that party instead of going to make some coins. Make it make sense. Who was going to pay me at that party? Not a doggone person. But that's what I did. Story of my life. 3, consistency beats motivation. As long as you consistent, you're going to see some type of progress. That motivation, it goes and comes. It's days when I'm like, oh, let me get this workout in so I can get these glutes sitting right. And then it's times where I'm like, bro, I do not feel like getting up. But when that consistency kick in, I'm going to still see those results to my glutes, because regardless if you don't feel like doing it that day, you have to stay consistent in order to see some type of growth. And I had to realize that, like, I'm not going to see no change in my life if I'm not being consistently doing something. Also, creating a plan. How can you be consistent if you don't know where to start? Creating a plan and working from that is the best way to be consistent and stay focused. And that's my main thing this year. Like, stick to what you say. How is somebody else going to take you serious if you don't take yourself serious? You start something and stop it all the time. I have to be consistent. Nobody's going to take me serious. Nobody's going to want to work with me. Nobody's going to want to be involved with what I have going on if I'm not being consistent and sticking to my ground. So that's like the best advice I could give y'all. Being consistent over motivation makes a huge difference, because it's a lot of things we may be motivated to do, even with starting a business. Those days when it's rough and tough, you just have to stay consistent. Growth comes from discomfort. I am still working on that. I've came a long way with it though, because I was very, very insecure in a lot of things. But in order for me to break out of that, I have been working on what I dislike about myself. Now, some things, you just have to grow to love. But overall, anything I dislike is like as far as my weight. That's something I'm working on. My skin. That's something I'm working on. And that will be another video too, y'all, because what I've been using right now, I just have dark spots and stuff coming in. I added a little something to my routine. I know y'all seen the rubbing alcohol video. That was just to reduce the pimples that was appearing. So it did do what it needed to do. But I told y'all I was not staying on that alcohol. I was going to find something that works for my skin. And so far, I haven't been using it for a full week. But I see the results. And I'm trying to get a baby's butt on my face. So we're going to stay tuned for that. But I just realized I've grown so much with realizing that those moments when you feel like your heart is fluttering, those are the moments that's going to make change. When you feel like, oh, okay, I need to talk to this person. Okay, say for example, I go to networking events. When I go to networking events, sometimes I go by myself. I would prefer to go with a friend because I do have a business best friend, as well as just being my best friend, but she's into business as well. So sometimes we go to networking events together, but all the time our schedules may not align and we may not make it. But guess what? I still want to show up for myself. I have to get out of my comfort zone to talk to strangers. And I don't mind talking to a stranger, but just walking up, introducing myself. Oh, hey, my name is Precious Brown. I'm a realtor at such and such agency. I would like to get to know you. What do you have going on for yourself? With me just having to do that, sometimes it's weird. Sometimes you feel like, cringe. And it's like, baby, get that. Even if you do feel that way, after you doing it so many times, it won't even matter. It won't even matter. Even when it comes to exercising, you getting into that workout, ooh, them legs start burning, very much discomfort. But guess what? The more discomfort you feel, the more change you see in your body. So it's like, you will see growth every time you see discomfort. You just have to go through the phase. And that's a huge life lesson for me, because I don't really care for discomfort. I like to stay content with where I'm already at. That's even like with trying new foods. Like, I love to try new foods, but when I get to a restaurant and I already have my go-tos, I kind of stick to that. I've never been to a restaurant and tried every single thing on their menu. And that's one of my goals. Let's start trying everything on the menu. If I go there on a regular, I should know what everything tastes like. So, yeah, we just gonna continue to grow And all that discomfort, we just gonna make it into a norm. It won't even be discomfort anymore after I'm done, okay? Failure is a lesson, not a loss. I have failed so many times. And back to my real estate, when I failed that first year, I learned, like I said, so many lessons in that process because I know what not to do, how I don't want to operate, what I dislike in real estate. I learned a lot, but not the right values to grow my business, if that makes sense. I learned what not to do, and I learned a few tips of ways of using social media as my way of making money. Well, making money, but getting leads from social media, put it that way. But nothing is ever a loss. I used to look at things as a loss, like, dang. That's like, say, for instance, you lose $100 and you had it in your back pocket. I lost that money and dang, I'm mad that I lost it. But let's self-reflect. Should I have really put $100 in my back pocket? Maybe not. So now I learned next time, put it somewhere else. Maybe you might put it in your bra. Maybe you might put it inside your shoe or inside your sock or, a purse or something. So it's so many different ways. That's like even with driving fast, you might get in a car accident or you probably wasn't looking at the road. Next time, if I get in a car accident and I wasn't looking at the road, I know I should keep my eyes on the road at all times. And don't get me wrong, some things you just can't avoid as a loss, but you learn something from it every single time. So I can actually say it's hurtful, but in the end result, it's beneficial to your growth. Gratitude changes everything. This is something me and my best friend is currently doing. I'm kind of slacking, but we've been writing down in our notes. I don't know how she's doing it, but I'm writing it down in my notes. Small wins, big wins, any type of wins. Whether I just got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I don't usually get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, let me appreciate that. If I'm being consistently doing something, let me appreciate that, write it down as a win. Everything is considered a win, and I want to become more appreciative. So that is something I'm currently working on as far as gratitude. The more you appreciate, the more abundance you will attract. So God don't want to give you anything if you're not being appreciative of the small things that you already have going on. A lot of times we feel like we're stuck in life and we just like, I need a change, I need a difference. But we're not self-reflecting on where we at. I have a home. I have a husband. I have children. There's people that can't have kids. There's people that has never been married before. There's people that don't have a house, never bought a house, never lived with somebody, never even had their own apartment. I have things to be grateful for. I'm still able to eat every night and every morning. Like, it's so many small things to be grateful for, and everything is a small win. So we just have to make sure that we're giving as much gratitude as possible for all of the things that we have. And keep moving forward. That's my last one, y'all. Keep moving forward. I'm slowly growing, even with my channel. I'm slowly growing. But if I get an extra subscriber right now from just this one video, that's progress. That's showing me I'm moving towards something. So like right now at this point, I'm not watching numbers. I'm not watching views. Well, of course I'm going to look at it, but it's not going to bother me if I get 0 views on this video. Because at the end of the day, we're just going to keep pushing. And the more content I push out, the more somebody will run across this video and they'll watch it. So it's like, we have to make things out of what we want it to be. And pushing forward, that's the best solution I can tell you when it comes to growing. Everything is not going to be an easy battle for you to accomplish. You just have to make it out of something. And that's exactly what I'm doing in my life right now. I need to see a change. I want to see a change, and I know it's time for a change. So I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and share this freaking video. And leave a comment down below and tell me what biggest life challenge you have overcame, or you still working on, or you would like to talk about with me. And I'll probably share it in another video and we can talk about that particular topic. See you guys later. Bye.